Good afternoon, boys. If you haven't entered for your chance to win the Civic, link is in the description. If you saw yesterday's video, we got the thing like almost done. Here it is. Go back, watch it if you haven't. But in normal last minute prep for Tail of the Dragon fashion, we've got the F80 inside. This car is going, has to go. But the brakes were so bad. Josh, tell me how bad the brakes are. Show them.
Well, we got some cracks. I mean, like, wear isn't bad, but considering like a new pad is, you know, twice the meat.
Yeah. Fuck the pad, but the rotor.
Grooved. Yeah.
Dude, the rotor is so grooved, and the lip on the edge is massive. So these are probably the original rotors, right? That's safe to say? I mean, it only has 40,000 miles.
Yeah.
But that's crazy for 40K.
Then look at the other side.
Is it worse?
No, it's brand new.
Oh, you did it already? Oh, Josh already did it. I thought he just started. So this side's all good. New rotors, new pads, ready to go. We do have the rears. Shout out FCP Euro. They hooked me up with rotors and pads for the Tail of the Dragon trip. So the coolest thing about FCP Euro, and I'll say this right now, these guys have a lifetime warranty on anything. Now, I don't want to speak out of turn because it might not be everything, but what I do know is it's down to the fucking oil you use in an oil change. If you take the old oil out of your car and you bring it to FCP Euro or ship it, they will give you new oil. They will give you new brake pads and rotors. They'll give you a new oil filter. The only catch is you have to bring the old stuff to them. How crazy is that, Josh? Can we talk about that for a second?
Like, who does that?
It's kind of weird. I'm not trying to talk shit because it's great, but like, it's kind of weird.
Right.
You bring your old oil. You hear that? You're cheap. You hear that? You hear that though?
I'm trying to work here.
You bring your old oil and oil filter to FCP Euro, they'll give you new oil.
What about vegetable oil?
Put your mask on. Anyway, so the old rotors, shot. You can see that glistening. That's a huge groove. That's a huge lip. They felt like shit. We've got the fresh tires. But anyway, FCP Euro hooks up with front and rear rotors, front and rear pads. They didn't have the rotors that I wanted in stock, but we will be receiving those tomorrow. So Josh is just gonna do the front for now because we have a little downtime when Ben's fabricating something. And then tomorrow, in this video, we'll do the rears. We'll take it for a little ride. We gotta bed the brakes in. We gotta do it all right. But I'm just stoked because that was one of the things that drove me crazy. Hitting these brakes, they were like, you know, if the car felt like wobbly. But now let's go over the damage LZ caused, which is my fault for following too closely. All these little white specks, they look like dirt, right? But those are all rock chips. This is all rock chips.
No shit.
Yeah.
Was that from the
run? I was following them like very close. I even got a chipped windshield.
So not only did you go deaf, but your car got fucked up too.
I went deaf. My car got fucked up. I got hit in the face with rocks and gravel and shit because my window was open. How do you feel about changing the fluid to some Motul RBF 660? Probably a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Probably never been flushed. So for now, Josh will just do this. We're just trying to save time because we're down to the wire. It is currently Wednesday. We're leaving Friday morning for Tail of the Dragon. Our car doesn't run and our F80 isn't maintained.
It's almost ready, though.
It's almost. We're down to the wire though.
Yeah.
We got to get that six-figure sale.
Hell yeah.
So everyone has left and gone home to their families, and Josh and I stayed late because it is Wednesday night at 8 p.m. At 7:40, and this car needs to be completely finished tomorrow to get some miles under his belt before it takes the 11-hour trip to Tail of the Dragon. Here's where we're at, boys. Airbox works. Cruise control, Josh tells me he's gonna work.
Yep.
Throttle cables, everything's in, except for the T-bracket, which comes tomorrow, hopefully before noon. The plug wires, which you're gonna pick up. Manifold gasket, fluids. That's it. That's it. And then bleed clutch, bleed brakes. We'll probably do that first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Get all that dialed. And then the maiden voyage. That's gonna be the maiden voyage.
You gotta clean that cooler reservoir.
Dude.
It's like,
I saw like somebody must have replaced that recently or something.
I just rinsed it with hot water.
Damn. Look how good the coil turned out, powder coated. The only thing aftermarket is the exhaust and that radiator cap sticker. And I'm gonna show you the exhaust. This is my least favorite part of the car. And it's probably mostly because I put the silencer in, because I want this car to be silent. We haven't addressed the body yet. If you remember when I got this car, the shipper damaged the rear bumper and it's still damaged. I don't know what we're gonna do about that because it does take a lot of body work to fix this. It's deep. I don't know what to do. But anyway, here's the muffler. With the silencer, it looks pretty dumb. It looks pretty dumb, but maybe we should just take that out and make it black.
Well, if we do a giant resonator, the hopes is that we don't need that.
Yeah, so I never even mentioned this. We put the Skunk 2 exhaust on, we started hacking it up, and we bought a 14-inch super quiet vibrant resonator, which is basically just a muffler. I mean, it is a muffler. And Ben is gonna weld that in. He's also gonna add a flex pipe because this didn't have a flex pipe. We are modifying the Skunk 2 exhaust to meet our requirements of being low key. Tail of the Dragon is, you kind of want to be low key. And then just like shredding at night in general, whoever wins this car is gonna want to be low key. So we bought a big ass muffler, 14 inches, bigger than the fucking muffler on the back.
Yeah.
And Ben's gonna weld that in and make it pretty and make it made up to the stock manifold, which is gonna help with noise too. If we put an aftermarket manifold, this thing would have screamed, I bet.
The thing that kills it for me, like, it's never the rev up and like full pipe, it's the decel.
It's like, yeah.
And you hear like the rattle inside, like
Sucks.
they all do that, and I hate that.
So we in-house powder coated the battery bracket, we zinced this stuff, we in-house powder coated the radiator, all the brackets that hold things down.
All these stupid little
all those little things.
All these things.
And the powder coater is probably second to the Vapor Blaster at this point. Yeah. Like a very close second. Yeah. It's so rad. So now I guess we're done for the night. Tomorrow Josh's gonna pick up those final pieces from Honda. We've got to get an alternator clip from Wiring Specialties.
Because I'm converting it to OBD2.
Which should be hopefully easy, right?
4-wire the same.
Sick. We're gonna finish the brakes up in the M3. And possibly in this video, definitely the first start, possibly the first drive. Cross your dicks, boys.
Jack the brake pumper.
Ooh.
Fill up.
So we wanted to replace all the stickers under the hood. We got that app to try to do it, and then we got Ben from Resto Tuner came through. So Resto Tuner is they pretty much restore old stickers. So he said,
someone sent me their Instagram.
Yeah,
shit's sick.
Hopefully these can help. We're adding new products all the time. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Ben Resto Tuner, ebay.com/Resto Tuner. So what we have here is the original style airbox decal from a B16 Del Sol. Unfortunately, it says Del Sol VTEC on it. Oh, it doesn't say it on it. Ours is pretty good. But what do you think? That one's for a B16. This one, JDM airbox decal from an SIR.
That's sick.
We've got this one, which is a Acura Integra air filter box decal, which is cool. But I think that's the one probably.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do you want to swap that one?
Yeah.
Just leaving a little glue. We're gonna cover that right up. That's more sticking, you know. Leave that glue there for more sticking. I don't know, maybe we should clean that up. This one was in pretty great shape, but not as great as this one. And it's more accurate, I guess. I don't know what it says that actually matters. Replace every 30,000 miles, same shit. 5W30. Looks the same. Oh, 3.7 quarts. This one says 3.2.
The difference also is the engine number.
Alright, I'm gonna do the honors. Fuck it. I want to stick the first one.
Don't frig it up.
Why would you say that? Right before I'm about to do it.
Just making sure you don't frig it up.
I have many years of installing grip tape on skateboards that have brought me many years of training that have made people like
that
you.
That led to this moment.
Yep. Beautiful. That came out fire.
So I'm gonna start with this one. It's smaller, it gives me a feel for the material. Dead center here, that one's dead center here. SMR. That one.
It's dead center.
That line is just below this dimple.
Human printer.
This is what we've been waiting for to finish our car. That's it. That's all she wrote. Okay, so you just saw me unbox the T-bracket. We got it shipped from Chicago. And this is how cool this is. We ate lunch, we come back from lunch, and the T-bracket has been powder coated. And it's done. The other thing that we didn't really mention is this is our Skunk 2 exhaust. You'll notice it's being cut. That's for an EG, some fabrication required, and what I wanted to do was make it as quiet as possible. So I bought a Vibrant, super silent resonator, 14-inch from end to end, and I got a flex pipe. So Ben put the flex pipe on the stock flange, and then it will go from here to the resonator to the rest of the Skunk 2, and we'll be sitting in silence. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Dude, what'd you do? What'd you do?
I just want to yeah, I just get scared.
Dude, you're doing something weird behind my back. I don't like it. You noticed that Josh put the stickers on? That was sick. I'm just so stoked. The Civic is perfect. It's so perfect. So if you have any chance to win the Civic, you're sleeping, you're fucking up, you're doing life wrong. I bet you probably like don't like Malibu Bay Breeze or pickles or like good things like that.
You like pickles?
I love pickles.
What kind?
Dude, where'd you grow that stash?
What stash?
Bro, come here for a second. Did he grow that at lunch?
I was gonna say something.
Where did you grow that stash? What is that from? It got caught in your mouth. That is the crazy. There's powder coat stuck in his little baby hairs on his upper lip. He's under there. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude grew a full stash. You do look like Zorro. Anyway, that made me so uncomfortable. We're back on track. Okay, boys, the car is so close. It's 100% done, except Koyo put some weird little like fitting here, and it's leaking when we pressure test it. Josh pressure tests every car before we put coolant in, so we don't have a bunch of coolant on the floor, and it was leaking. I put my finger there, it leaked. So he's got to figure out how to seal that better, but once that's all good, it's going to be the first start and the first drive. And it's about 14 hours from when we're leaving for North Carolina. We haven't even started the car yet. So cross your dicks, boys. Oh, and I want to show you, because some people said it, and this actually scared us. To be fair, Josh, you got relate. They were like, we actually got caught with this. They're like, oh, the paint doesn't match on the car. Hold on, don't put the light there. And from here, it looks like absolutely horrendous. It looks like the whole door. It's crazy how it did that, but it actually does. We pulled it out into the shop, hit it with a light.
It's amazing though that, you know, Reddit would think that we didn't notice this before.
Right, like, and that we were trying to hide it.
We haven't seen the car for months prior.
Right, but it got us.
Yeah.
When we were there, I was like, dude, why does this look so bad? Like, long before we even put the video up, it goes all the way to the fender. It's just the black lift. We pulled it out into the shop, obviously, to take pictures of the day, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because I think I would have noticed that. But anyway, the paint on the Civic is as good as a 95 Civic. It's one of the best, I would say, 95 Civics in the country.
Yeah.
You know, like SIs. I mean, I'm sure there's some gems. Yeah. So like the CX outside or whatever.
It's like, to find a complete car that's clean, it's like it has no miles.
That's
it's
it.
Not redone. This
isn't the best one, but I think this is a great driver's car. We were talking about the ITR and this and bringing the ITR down, and Ben's like, oh, I don't want to drive the ITR. This thing we have a ton of money into, but because it's not perfect, and it's pretty great. Like, no one would be ashamed of this car, but because it's not perfect, it is a driver's car. It is not like the immaculate paint on the ITR. You know, there's little chips here and there, and I'm going to show as much as I can, and we've shown as much as we can, but you won't be upset following somebody too close to like my F80. Josh, is it time?
Yeah.
All right. You ready? Here we go. Give it a little rev, Josh.
I can't.
TPS?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Is it the TPS?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we got it to run. So what you heard was the car run. What you don't know, we had no throttle. We tried to rack our brains and figure out what was going on, and we kind of left a big important part out. So what was happening was the car wasn't starting at all, which we didn't film. We started changing the plug wires around. Josh used an OBD2 housing with an OBD1 innards. Is that correct?
Yep.
Will the Del Sol one work then, or do you need to swap it into another housing?
No, Del Sol won't work.
It's 100% right. Okay.
Just because we couldn't get that one at the time.
Right. So when we tried to get the Del Sol one, we couldn't get it. We called AutoZone at like 8:30. They said they could have it tomorrow by noon. As you know, we're leaving at 9 a.m. So what Josh did was he tried to swap the innards. And come to find out, when you swap the innards, it rotates everything one wire or two wires forward.
Yeah. So 25 degrees.
25 degrees. So he started.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's. Or no,
360 divided by 4.
90.
Yeah.
He started moving them around. We got the car to run, but we had no throttle because what was happening was the cylinder was firing at a different time than the injector. So the car was running-ish terribly. It was basically like the timing was like so far off that it was back to right.
Right.
I mean, that's the only way to describe it. So what we've concluded is this distributor, we got the car to run. It fires, it runs, it sounds good. Nothing else is wrong. What we're going to do, and I'm going to end the video here, is we're all going to leave in the morning. Ben, who is driving this, is going to wait until noon, which is only 3 hours after we leave, maybe 4, before he leaves, once Josh solves the problem when the part becomes in stock at AutoZone. This is the problem with using a hodgepodge of parts, trying to use an OBD2 motor, an OBD1 car, etc., etc. So, we don't know if we're making this to the Classic Honda meet. If it doesn't, Ben can't go. That's the shitty part. We're going to all be down there without Ben because he's staying back and waiting for the car to run. But I have faith that the car is going to run and going to work beautifully because we got it to start even with everything against us. The car ran, like idled-ish.
Well, the major issue also is that it won't react to timing changes. So no matter what you do, it just stays at 0, which is weird. And
like the tach doesn't have anything.
I checked all mechanical timing, obviously. Like, we have proof, everything's in sync. It's whatever. And I just checked number 1 there, but it's just weird.
It's gotta be. Once you had to change those plug wires, we were fucked.
Here,
yeah.
Now it's here, 342.
Right.
And it won't advance or do anything like that, but
so
we have it running.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, you guys heard it. So cross your dicks, that's what it is. I'm going to end the video here. Stay tuned for Sunday's video to see if this car makes it down to the Classic Honda meet at the Dragon. And if not, I'm just going to shred the gnar in my F80 and have a blast myself, and Ben can keep his fucking ass home. See you guys Sunday. And if you have an enter for your chance to win the Civic that doesn't run, links in the description. TommyF80.com. Bye.